Right, everyone. So recently, Chris Daniels, who is a good supporter of mine and really does help me out, sent me a link to one of a Japanese newspaper or article about one of the scrolls that Kawakami has. And this is to do with ninja training. Now, the scroll itself is called Koka Banto Gunyo no Maki Kusuriden. So, Koka Banto is the band family in Koka, I assume. Gunyo, military usage manual. The Kusuriden is tradition of medicine. So this is a medical scroll for the Koga Ryu Banto family. I can't find a date for it, no date at the minute, and it appears that it's in the collection of Kawakami Sensei. So Kawakami Sensei has this document. It's not dated and I don't know who wrote it, but he does give an extract from it. And the extract, I didn't translate this, is not my team. I was sent this via email, so we haven't had a chance to check this or go it, but when I see Kawakami next time in Japan, I'll have a chat to him about it. But it talks about how in the Sengoku period shinobi would actually get injured and there was medicines and people treated them. But it also talks about training and how going up high mountains and working in weather and wind and rain can have effects on the body. But also it strangely talks about training injuries and immaturity, i.e. young lads, off you go, a load of young lads, you know, training in the mountains can get a little bit dodgy and dangerous. That's what is implied. I don't know how correct the translation is, but that's what's implied. But also sword cuts, wounds, broken arms, amputations, things like that they had to do. And it talks about the medicine used. However, the person speaking in this scroll from the translation, from whatever date it is, assumingly talking about the past, the way in which the translation is done, says that they used to treat them with gold wake-up medicine. And we know from other facts that they used to put like almost gold over the belly buttons, and they used to use mercury. And he says that in today's enlightened age, meaning probably late Edo period, probably, you know, or whenever it was written, that actually it was not good for you and they got infections and people died because of infections. And it said that they followed Chinese teachings, such as the use of plants and I'd say this gold, but also human oil, i.e. boiling bodies and extracting the oil from it, or even the craniums of skulls, powdered skulls. Basically witch doctory. We know full well that witch doctory went on, and by that I mean non-scientific stuff. Yes, in the ancient times they had good remedies. Yes, they knew how to fix broken bones and they had a good idea of how the body worked for their time, but they also had lots and lots of remedies that were crazy, like, you know, infant babies that have died, you boil them up and take extracts, or you powder feces and put that on wounds. There was all sorts of stuff in Europe, in Asia, everywhere. There was some crazy stuff until, of course, Western medicine took over it and said, okay, let's stop putting skull powder on people's, like, you know, stuff. Including, like, back in the West, you have talismans that you rub on graves and all sorts. So you've just got to be aware of this stuff. So when you go back in ninja stuff or ancient Chinese, don't really go back for the medicine. I will love Chinese medicine, but actually you don't want to do a lot of it. It was bad. I know a lot of people love the acupuncture, acupressure and all of that, but basically, you know what I mean, just let's remember they also did a lot of crazy ointments. So what we can gather from this is that ninja were out there training in the high mountains, in all weathers, swordsmanship, martial arts. Now, that doesn't mean ninjutsu is martial arts. It means when shinobi had to train, like special forces, they had to do hand-to-hand combat, sword train, you know, weapons training as well. It doesn't mean that being an expert in a weapon is a special forces thing. Special forces are people who go that one extra step using the other skills with them. So we know that when ninjas were up there, there's some sword wounds, there's some broken bones, they've probably fallen from things, there's arthritis going on because it talks about the effects of cold weather on the body and all that sort of stuff. So there you go, guys. If you're interested in ninja, get yourself a copy of the Book of Ninja, which has got some of that stuff, remedies in them and all that. It will help. But mainly, at the moment, we're promoting the Book of Bushido, which is now on pre-order, and you can go get it pre-ordered, but it'll be out in February.